It's been a fantastic day here on these final days of these prelims. We've got two sections of the 5,000 meters coming up. Diane Robinson holding the facility record set back in 2014, and Caitlin Toohey, who recently went pro, holding the all-time collegiate record at 15:03:12. And it looks like a false start here. You don't oftentimes see that in the 5,000 meters.
Sometimes there's a little jitters. Okay, you might trip or move a little forward more than you're supposed to. So hopefully that doesn't end up in a red card, but we will see just soon.
So they will check on that, but as they do, let's talk about some of the participants in this. And the headliner, Parker Valby of Florida. She demolished the facility record late in the night, and it will be a yellow card, so as you've told the viewers that you're okay. It just says don't do it again, right?
Yes.
But back to Parker Valby, she demolished the facility record in the 10,000 meters, and she was running angry the other night, late at night. That event, the 10,000, didn't get started till 10:45 at night, downpouring rain, and Valby still put up the best time ever at this facility.
For sure, for sure.
Valby, a qualifier in the 10,000 meters already. She is a Bowerman watch list. These athletes, they will come around before breaking to the pole here.
Another familiar name that we'll see is Flomena Akasol. She was in the 1500 earlier today. So it's nice to see the range from her. She's like, I can do the short stuff, but I can also do the long stuff too.
Third fastest time in those 1,500 meters for Akasol earlier. Margot Appleton of Virginia, also a name to keep an eye on. She was third in this event at the ACC Outdoors, fifth in the mile at the NCAA Indoors this year, and third in this event at last year's national tournament. We've seen the NC State runner jumping out to the early advantage here, but this could be a pretty deliberate pace here. You might see a sit and kick for these individuals. MTSU's Odilia Jetchumba also up towards the front of this race. Pace will be interesting to pay attention to here, Caitlin. As an athlete in the 5,000 meters, how do you start to determine whether this is going to be more of a sit and kick or a faster pace?
I guess you'll just see what Parker Valby decides to do, considering that she will obviously be the leader of this race.
And as if on cue, Parker Valby taking the lead here for Florida. Just underway here in this first section of the women's 5,000 meters. Top five in this section advancing automatically to Eugene, Oregon. Valby trying to double up here. He's got a Notre Dame tail right now. Next two fastest times over the two sections would advance automatically as well. And we've already seen the field stretch out fairly significantly here early on after just under 2 laps. Just over 12 laps around the track in total for the 5,000 meter distance here on the women's side.
Now, as you talked about before, Noah, we've seen so many amazing records broken on this track. So what do you think that means about the track? Do you think it's fast? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. I mean, you're the one who's run on it all these years, but I think based on the times that we can see, I think the track has been fast today, and I think that we got the perfect concoction of athletes and heats, and we've just seen some massive times here in Lexington.
So what you're saying that on top of the track, there are some other amazing conditions that are happening that are causing these athletes to run as fast as they're running.
Yeah, and amazing athletes too, I think is fair to say.
Nah, that has nothing to do with it.
So Valby continuing to lead here very early on in the 5,000 meters. Shona Chisholm of Notre Dame, who came in with the 15th fastest time in the country right now in second. She was 10th at the NCAA Outdoors a year ago at this distance. Looking to get back to Eugene once again. And again, you want to probably be in that top 5 here because you don't know what the next section's going to do. Will they go slow? Will they go slow? Will they go fast? You probably just want to guarantee your spot.
My prediction is that this heat is going to go relatively fast. Maybe not anything crazy. I don't know if Parker feels the need that she might, have to do that. However, as we've talked about before, you are racing against Parker Valby, and you can expect something amazingly athletic to come from her.
It will not surprise me to see the facility record go down today of 15:48.25. Valby about 41 seconds better than that during the season. So,
I mean, she's already got one, so why not go for 2?
Exactly. Take all the records while you're here in Lexington, right?
Maybe not all of them, okay?
So Valby continuing to lead. Chisholm right now in second. Third place goes to Florence Caron of Penn State, 14th fastest time. She has also qualified in the 10,000 meters. She was the Big Ten outdoors champion in both this event as well as the 10,000 meters, so she's having a great distance season. Northeastern's Abigail Hassman, the senior who had the 29th best time in the country, also won the CAA championships in the 1,500 meters, running in the front of this field as well. Valby and Chisholm starting to create a little bit of separation. I'm not sure Valby is completely content with the pace right now. So Chisholm right with her as we head down the backstretch here in the women's 5,000 meters. And Parker Valby continuing to dominate here early on. I think she's going after another facility record here in Lexington. Valby looking strong with 7 laps remaining here in the women's 5,000 meters. We're going to take a quick break. We'll get back in time to catch the conclusion of section number 1 of the women's 5,000 here in Lexington, Kentucky. First section of the women's 5,000 meters here from Lexington, Kentucky. The number 2 ranked runner in the country, Parker Valby, has created a lot of separation at the front of this field, over 13 seconds. Just over 4 laps remaining as Valby eyes a return trip to the national championships. Won this event a year ago at the national tournament. She's already set a facility record in the 10,000 meters earlier this week here in Lexington. She's eyeing another one here tonight and looking like she might just do that. So Parker Valby continuing to lead in just over a week and a half. Back on the track here for the final laps of the first section of this women's 5,000 meters. Parker Valby has dominated so far in this field. We're just under 14 minutes into this race for Parker Valby, and she will come to the line with the bell. It looks like at this point that it would not be a crazy thing to see the facility record go down. I think the meet record's in doubt as well, because she's been in running splits at about 1:13. If she does that here, both of those records are going down. She
might as well go ahead and just break that record, because we've already seen, as you said before, one in almost every single event today except for the 400 hurdles and the 4x1 earlier today.
She has been so dominant in her career. There's a look at Shona Chisholm of Notre Dame, currently running in second place. She's fixing to cross that 1 lap to go range, and she does just there. Look at the times. And she finds herself right now about 27 seconds behind Parker Valby, who's just looking at the crowd and enjoying herself right now.
That's one thing about Parker. Every time you see her race, she's communicating with somebody, whether that be her teammates, her coaches, her friends, her family, whatever the case is. She always got something going on. And I think that's what makes her fun to watch, because I'm just like, what are people telling you right now, girl?
Valby has been so dominant over the last couple of years. She's won a couple of cross-country titles. She won a 5,000 meters a year ago at the NCAA Outdoors. She run the 2nd fastest time in the country this year in this event. Valby will come to the finish line, and it will be a meet and facility record for Parker Valby. She continues her assault on the track here in Lexington, running 15:19.76. She beats the facility record by almost 29 seconds.
20. Good job.
That record had stood since 2014.
29 seconds?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't got nothing to say after that.
So Valby, another dominant showing here in Lexington. She waves at her final competitors. Appleton with a strong charge at the end to take second place, 15:43. Valby winning by 24 seconds, and she gives a big hug to her teammate, Flamina Asicol, who finishes 4th. So a couple of Florida Gators heading to Eugene, Oregon.